15,000 a week is about what? 60,000 a month? 70,000 a month? That's almost $1 million a year that you're making profit. What do? Now you start looking at international transportation of goods and services. You start off as an agent. You build your way up as an agent. You buy a ship. You buy a cargo plane. So I've given you the foundation, the basics to start a transportation company. This is something that a young man, young woman, or even old man, old woman, the key is not having too many obligations. But this is something that you could easily do. And move from making $12 an hour to making close to $1 million a year in 12 fucking months. They don't tell you this shit because they need you to keep slaving your little shit ass self away till you fucking die. Think for yourself and you grow. Let's now look at a family. Mother, father, children. 3 kids, living in an apartment. Daddy makes $13 an hour, works 50 hours a week, brings home $700 a week. Mommy makes $13 an hour, 50 hours a week, brings home $700 a week. It's $1,400. Neither of them have a college education. They stuck. So they think. Let's look at real estate. How could real estate help this couple rise out of poverty to a situation where they could provide for their children what they never had, but what they always wanted to provide for their children? Let's start off. January 2019. Mommy and daddy sit together and say, you know what? We got to do better than this. But how? Real estate. They're each making $3,000 a month. So combined, they're making $72,000 a year or $6,000 a month. They decide this is what we're going to do. $3,000 a month, 12 months, that's $36,000. They say we're going to live off one of our salaries. And the other salary we're going to save. So they have to cut back their lifestyle a little bit. Can't go out as often, can't go see movies as often, can't get the nice shit as often. The kids, they'll have to live a little bit lower life. Sacrifice. You sacrifice to get ahead. During the course of that 12 months, they also take steps to improve their credit history. If there are debts that they owe, they start paying them off. Call the debtor, make arrangements. Hey, I owe you $5,000. Can we work out a plan where I pay you $100 a month? And if I'm consistent after 4 months, every month I've paid you $100, $100, $100, can you start reporting it to the credit agencies that I'm actually making these payments? They start off with a credit rating of 550. But by working it through over 12 months, they each raised their credit rating to 720. Saving money at one bank. After 6 months, go to the bank. Tell the bank, look, I want to buy a duplex. And I've looked in the market and I've seen duplexes that go for 200,000. Now, 10% down is 20,000. 20% down is 40,000. I'm saving every month. We're saving every month. We're living off her salary and we're saving my salary, such that at the end of the year, we'll have $36,000. We're working on improving our credit history. Can you look at us and tell us right now what you as a bank, as my bank, would approve before? And the bankers are cool. Talk to bankers. They'll work with you. The banker looks at it and says, okay, right now your credit is at 620. But I see where you're working on it. So I'm quite sure that at the end of the year, it'll be at 720. You've been saving 3,000 a month. I see you got 18,000 right now. So keep doing that. At the end of the year, you got 36,000. Now, if you got a 720 credit rating and you got 36,000 cash to put down, then we'll be able to put you in that $200,000 duplex. Now you know you're on the right path. It's January 2019. January 2020, you now buy that first duplex. But don't buy that perfect property. Buy a property with deficiencies. The basement isn't finished. The walls are fucked up. The floor might be fucked up. The electrical might be fucked up. The plumbing might be fucked up. Stay away from fire damage. Stay away from flood damage. And stay away from fucked up foundations. All other issues you can handle. During that time, that 6 months, during the course of 2019, mommy and daddy went on YouTube, watched videos on how to do minor repairs in houses. If possible, go to Craigslist. Find someone that's remodeling a house and go there and tell them, look, man, I don't even want you to pay me. I just want to come here on the weekends or on the weekdays, whenever you have time, just to see what you do so you can learn. Because labor is one of the most expensive things in construction. I build houses. I can build a house from the ground up, all aspects. And I'm telling you, labor is one of the most expensive items in construction. There are a lot of things you could do by yourself that you could easily learn. Running electrical wire, installing fixtures, installing plumbing and electrical fixtures, hanging drywall, framing walls. That is not that complicated. You could learn that on your own. So, 2019, stacking up paper, building your knowledge skills, meeting with the bankers, improving your credit. January 2020, you buy a $200,000 property. Put $20,000 down. You have 36,000 saved up, so you have an additional 16,000. Take that 16,000, improve the property. By improving that property, you take its value from 200,000 to 240,000. Now, you buy that property in January. By the end of January, you have the property rented out. It's giving you, it's a duplex, 1,000 here, 1,000, 2,000 a month. 1,000 of that goes to service a mortgage and handle property taxes and any maintenance that might be required. The other 1,000, put in the bank. You both keep your 2 jobs. At the end of February, you've invested that 16,000 in the property and increased its value from 200,000 to 240,000. That additional 40,000 is your money. Go to the bank. You've established a relationship. Go to the bank. Hey, we spoke, blah, blah, blah. I went through this, about this property. I've invested in it. It's now worth 240,000. Could I pull an equity line off of that property? Could I borrow 40,000? Yeah, sure. 40,000. Go buy 2 more properties. Now you have 3 properties. After expenses, they're feeding you $3,000 a month. Profit. Save that money. Keep your other job. 3 months down the road, do improvements to those properties. Now you bring their values up to 240,000. Go to a bank. Now you got 80,000. Now go out there, 20,000 down per property. Get 2 more properties. Invest in them. Increase their value. Pull another line of equity. By the end of your first year, so you started in 2019, you bought your first property in 2020. By the end of 2020, this couple, 13 an hour, now have 10 properties, and each of those properties are feeding them $1,000 a month net. That is $10,000 a month that you're making for doing nothing. Your wife and you together working only make $6,000 a month. Your properties give you $10,000 a month. Why the fuck do you need to work anymore? You're probably working some dumbass job where you're standing on your feet all day, where your boss looks at you as a piece of shit. Tell your boss, fuck you. You're now in business for yourself. You now have a foundation. Your kids have a brighter future. And most importantly, your children saw you make that sacrifice. Your children saw you build up. You have no idea. You have no fucking idea the life lesson you have just taught your children. End of 2020, you got 10 properties. They're giving you $10,000 a month. The sky's the limit. Now you go wherever the fuck you want to go. Intellectual property. You're a man, you're a woman, I don't give a fuck what race. You can compose music. You can write lyrics. You could sing. You could play an instrument. It used to be, if you're a musician, you had to get signed by a record label. And that put you in a studio, pay for the studio. If you can create your own product, they'd have people create the product for you. And then you record the product. They'll front you some money so you could get an entourage and go on tour and promote your product and generate ticket sales. Now, Like what I'm gonna do, I play 6 instruments. I already have 50 compositions. I have 20 lyrics. I have 30 more to write. Once I'm done, I'm getting in the studio. I'm gonna build my own studio. I could take a little fucking room, turn it into a studio. Digital. I don't need a DAW. I use a laptop. Or I get a computer with a sound card. That's my mixing board. I record through that shit. I master it. I sell it on iTunes. I sell it on Amazon. I do some live performances, film myself, put that shit out on YouTube. I link up with some, well, it's gonna be different for me because when I record this shit, I'm gonna play all the instruments. I'm gonna do all the vocals. You know, you could do backups. All you do is record the main voice first, and then record the backup voices later. All right. If it's harmonization, I could sing from alto to bass. I can't do soprano. All right. So, and that's vocal harmonization. So I'm gonna do it all myself. But when it comes time to perform to tour, I'm going to have to put a band together because I can't play 6 instruments at the same time as sing. That's not possible. I'm not an octopus. I got 2 hands, 2 feet. My feet can't play instruments. Well, they could play the guitar. I mean the drums, but that's it. But if you have a band, once you've mastered your shit, put it out on iTunes, Amazon, whatever, go to the local bars. Tell them, hey, this is a sample of our shit. Tell us what you think. Can we come here and do a show? Out in LA, on Sunset Boulevard, you got a lot of these little bars, Whiskey a Go Go, all these motherfuckers. A lot of these big time rockers that you see today, rock and roll musicians that you see today, started off doing little shows out there on Sunset Boulevard. 20 people, 30 people. But you build a following. People know about you. People like your shit. Copyright your shit. Copyright your shit. Before you release your shit, copyright it. That way you protect yourself. That's how you start off. And you build yourself up. If you're a writer, and anyone could be a writer, you could be a housewife. You say, well, what the fuck can I write about as a housewife? Well, let's say you have 3 kids and your oldest kid is 12 years old. You've raised that kid and the other one and the other one. You know about what it takes to raise a kid. You've had to change diapers. You've had to deal with measles, chicken pox, fevers, flus. You've had to wake up at 2, 3 in the morning to a crying kid. You've had to rock that kid to bed, to sleep. You've had to feed that kid. You've had to deal with sports injuries. There are many, many young mothers out there who would greatly appreciate knowing and learning from your experiences. You could have done construction all your life, a carpenter, framed walls, laid stairs, laid floors, finished trim. What the fuck book can I write? Think about all those homeowners who could benefit from your experience. All the different difficulties you've encountered and how you address them. You could put that in a book. You could be a personal trainer at a gym, telling people how to do bench press, how to do squats. What the fuck book can I write about? I have a friend. I went to college with him. This guy is probably multi-millionaire right now. He's some executive vice president of Microsoft. He started his own company. An ambitious motherfucker. Driven. I read, I was on LinkedIn, I just happened to look him up. This motherfucker wrote a book, a best selling book, on how parents can get fit. Now, he was an amateur boxer. I know this motherfucker likes to ride bikes because he used to be a courier deliverer in DC. So he's familiar with that, but you're a personal trainer. What knowledge, what information can you put in a book that'll benefit people? Think about fat people. Can you put together a program for a fat person to lose weight and stay losing weight? Think about an old person. Can you put together a program for an old person to stay in shape and stay healthy? Think about a busy mother or a busy father. Can you put together some recommendations on how they could stay healthy and fit? And maybe you could link up with a nutritionist. So not only do you do this exercise, but eat this food. Now you've put a book together. You don't have to be Ernest Hemingway or whoever the fuck, Mark Twain, Robert Ludlum. That's my favorite motherfucking author, Robert Ludlum. That's from where the Born Identity came from. Read his books. I love that motherfucker. He's a hell of an author. I write books, but that is my book writing hero. What you want to do, and these are nonfiction books. You could write a fiction book, a novel. You could write a children's book. Write that book. You don't have to sign up with a publisher. Write that book. Go to your local community college. Find an English professor. Tell him, hey, can I pay you $200, $300 just to go through this manuscript and correct any errors that you find, or identify any errors that you find, or make any recommendations that you could think about? Or go to a local college. Find an English major who's a senior, or a journalism major. $100, $200, $300, it's worth it. Get those edits, correct those edits, and then publish on Amazon an ebook. Copyright it. Copyright it. My whole point is to make it clear that in America, we've been confused. We've been confused. We're told you have to be 6'2" to be a good quarterback. I ain't 6'2". When I played quarterback in high school, I was one of the baddest fucking quarterbacks. They recruited me to play quarterback for Indiana. I didn't want to do it. I'm mobile. I ain't a pocket passer. Yeah, I could pass from the pocket, no problem, but I gotta move. I gotta move. I know my receivers. I know how they're moving, and I wanna get the ball. My philosophy as a quarterback: if you're my receiver and you're on the run, I don't want you to have to slow down to catch a ball. I don't want you to break to catch a ball. I want that ball to keep you moving. So you get it here and you're going. You get it here and you're going. I put the ball in the receiver's hands. They didn't have to search for it. So when they gave me that in Indiana, I said, nah, fuck it. I'll play running back. But these are the misconceptions that we're fed. You're told you have to be 6'6", 6'8" to be an effective basketball player. I ran circles around all them motherfuckers. I ain't no fucking 6'8". You're told you have to be from wealth to acquire wealth. You have to have a college degree and an MBA to be successful financially. No. I have given you right now things that you could do starting tomorrow to take yourself as a poor person from the world of poverty to the world of wealth. The bullshit they feed you is just that, bullshit. You need to think for yourselves. You need to think beyond the status quo. You need to seek to be a leader of yourself and not a follower. Conformists are followers. Losers are followers. Winners are leaders. When Michael Jordan came to the Bulls, he had no back. He was alone. Jordan could have said, fuck this, man. What am I going to do? He could have gone there, whining to the front office, to the coach, blah, blah. Nah, that nigga came out there and said, I know I'm fucking good. Fuck if I ain't got no back. I'm still going to win. And because of that mentality, because of that leader mentality, that nigga transformed the game of basketball. If you're a leader and you think for yourself, your current situation is just that, your current situation. It does not have to be your future situation. Those who are stuck where they are, they don't think for themselves. I've given you the seeds, use the seeds. Other people might charge you, I don't need to charge you. Succeed, motherfucker. Succeed. Once again, thank you, God bless, and good night.